Did you see him move the goalpost there? He went from you do not have an inherent right to, oh, well, you don't have the right to push and shove. In real time, you watch the panic wash over him. I think I figured it out. I think I figured out what Scott Jennings' deal is. Because you would think nobody can be this stupid consistently. So it must be that he has a weird kink. And look, brother, I'm not here to kink shame. You do you, but it just seems a little odd to do it on network TV, on cable news every single night of your life. You got a humiliation kink. You love to be just owned. Just love getting burned by everybody when you say stupid shit. And we're going to get to that. But before I do, I want to talk about this panel they had yesterday. And I got a letter from Congress here on this Abby Phillips show. Is it News Night? What's the name of her show? Somebody write it in the comments and let me know. Joe Borelli, I guess he used to be a member of the New York City Council. He's a Republican, and he's out there doing what Republicans do and just being wrong or lying about the reality, because when the facts aren't on your side, you just puke out lies. And there's this moment where he's sitting a person away, 2 people away from the mayor of Newark, who was arrested, and then just yesterday, the charges were dropped against him because there was no crime, there was no case. They're not going to take this to a jury and then lose in court, so they just arrest, make a giant spectacle, and then drop the charges days later. And Joe Borelli saying, by the way, members of Congress, they don't have the inherent right just to walk into an ICE facility, which is just galaxy brain stupid. He's either a moron of the highest order. Are there levels of moronicness? Because this guy is like king moron. Get this guy a fucking crown, right? Crown him king of the morons. Because absolutely in statute, in law, in U.S. code, Congress members do have the inherent statutory right without invitation to enter ICE facilities. Watch this moron crown himself king.
With all due respect, you look like that meme of Charlie Day from Always Sunny in Philadelphia with all the strings and wires trying to connect the dot. You had a member of Congress who, by the way, doesn't have an inherent right just to walk into a federal...
Yes,
Oh, no, you don't. In fact, in January 2021, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Matt Gaetz tried the same stunt. It was a stunt. No offense to you, Mayor Baraka. It was a stunt. They don't have an inherent right to walk in and demand the front door be open.
They tried the same stunt.
Actually, to visit January 6 prisoners. They were turned away because they were not welcome. The point is, this was a stunt.
Hold on a second. This is an important distinction. It is actually different. The law.
I had the same privilege here in New York.
Hold on a second.
You don't get to just push the
No. We're talking about federal law here. The law explicitly states that Congress people are able to enter ICE facilities at any time. At any time. That's different from a federal prison. It's different from another detention facility. ICE facilities in particular. That is what the law says.
You don't get to just walk in and demand to see people and push and shove. You just admitted there was pushing and shoving. You don't get to go through the barricade of a federal facility and push and shove members of law enforcement. I saw it. Mr. Mayor, what happened?
Let the mayor in for one more second, and then Dr. West, you can get
the reality is they were going to have oversight. They were there for over an hour. That's the reality.
Did you see him move the goalpost there? He went from you do not have an inherent right as a member of Congress to go into an ICE facility, to just open the doors and go in, to, oh, well, you don't have the right to push and shove. In real time, you watch the panic wash over him. Wrong, or liar, or just stupid. Maybe all of them. Here is a letter from Congressman Jason Crow explaining the statutory responsibilities that ICE has to allow members of Congress in under the guise of congressional oversight. There's no ability for them to question it. There's no need for an appointment. There's no need for anything other than, yes, come on in. We see you. We understand what the law is. After all, we're law enforcement, are they not? Members of Congress possess explicit statutory authority to conduct unannounced oversight visits to facilities operated by or for the Department of Homeland Security. This was outlined in the Consolidated Appropriations Act, 2020, Public Law 11693, Division D, Department of Homeland Security Appropriations Act, 2020, Section 532, and reaffirmed in each year since, including Section 527A of the Department of Homeland Security Appropriations Act, 2024, Public Law 11847, which stipulates none of the funds appropriated or otherwise made available to the Department of Homeland Security by this act may be used to prevent a member of Congress from entering for the purpose of conducting oversight any facility operated by or for the Department of Homeland Security used to detain or otherwise house aliens, nor to make any temporary modification at any such facility that in any way alters what is observed by a member of Congress compared to what would be observed in the absence of such modification. So tell me again, Borelli, Joe Borelli, king of the morons, that they don't have the inherent right. These people are beyond parody. So here, the moment you've been waiting for, the moment I've really been wanting to talk about, is Scott Jennings and his humiliation kink, because he again just walks himself willingly into a bandsaw, saying that, well, they don't have the right. What if a regular person tried to enter these facilities and then assaulted police? None of this happened. But what if a regular person did it? And the burn, the throat punch is just, chef's kiss.
I didn't see any of those things happen. So I think that the Congresswoman will be vindicated. And the videos are clear. Everybody can see those videos. They'll see the whole thing, and it'll be clear to me, and it'll be clear to her in court.
I mean, the videos are pretty clear, are they not? I mean, she's shoving elbows, some punches. I mean, this is violent activity against law enforcement, isn't it?
It's a lot of pushing and shoving. I don't know if...
Would a regular person, if they came and did that to a federal officer, get away with it?
A regular person...
Like a regular, just a non-politician?
They might get pardoned.
If they showed up at a federal facility,
they might get pardoned by the
president. But were they charged? Were they charged? Were they convicted in court? Would a regular person get away with it?
They might get pardoned. Look, it's easy to try to ignore it, Scott. We get it. We know. But man, what you knew that was going, that's the natural response of anybody who's paid attention to our history over the course of the past 4 years. Donald Trump pardoned the people doing the thing you said that a normal person would be punished for. The Republican Party is the party of insurrection. The Republican Party is the party of assaulting federal police officers. You can't act as though you're this big patriot who loves back in the blue when your party is what it is. Of course, you do you with your little humiliation kink. You know, I wouldn't be here to harsh your mellow or whatever. These people are beyond ridiculous. What do you think? You can comment below. You can also call the voicemail line, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me, as always, daily@dollemore.com. Follow me on social media. If you're already there, it's pretty miserable. But, if you're already there, let's be miserable together. I am @Dollemore. I'd love to see you. I'm not on Nazi Twitter, but everywhere else, @Dollemore. I'll see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.